I'm just gonna say, everyone thinks Mike Tyson is the hardest puncher in boxing history is a flat out lie. Wrong. Because when you actually look at the math, Iron Mike doesn't crack the top 5. Look, I'm sick of these garbage YouTube lists. You know the ones I'm talking about. The ones that are based on their feelings, nostalgia, and old barroom myths about guys like Sonny Liston and Rocky Marciano. They were monsters, absolutely. But the analysis is usually based off old stories from guys who wasn't even there. There's zero real data behind it. So my list is different. We fact check every single hardest puncher claim on the internet. And today I'm giving you the only mathematically correct top 5 knockout artists of all time. We are grading on 3 things only. 1, knockout percentages against top 20 ranked opponents. And personally, I don't care if you crush tomato cans, right? 2, the lights out fact, the ability to end a fight with one single shot. And 3, how consistently they carried the power up through multiple weight classes. Oh, and stick around for number 1 because he holds a record that will literally never be broken. Let's get into it. At number 5, Julian the Hulk Jackson. If you call yourself a boxing fan and you don't know who this is, turn your fight card in right now. Jackson was a terrifying puncher with an 89% knockout rate. Listen to me, this guy didn't wear you down. He possessed the ultimate one-punch eraser. Look at the footage right here. When he landed that left hand against Herol Graham, Graham was unconscious before his knees buckled. The referee didn't even need to count. Jackson, he was a middleweight who hit like a heavyweight champion, and his concussive power is still the absolute gold standard for the division. A couple of you casual, but the real boxing heads, you know exactly why he's here. Naoya Inoue, the monster. He is the only active fighter on this list, and he earned every bit of it. Where he carried his devastating power from flyweight all the way up to undisputed super bantamweight. Do you understand how insane that is? That's literally a 4-division climb, which is almost unheard of in the modern era. He currently sits at an 82% knockout rate, but it's not just the percentage, it's the way he stops guys. This kid breaks orbital bones and shatters ribs. Opponents literally quit on the stool because they can't take the impact. Inoue proves his extort generational power isn't just for heavyweight, but the number 1 fighter on this list didn't just have power. He short-circuited brain, and he did it over 130 times. Coming in at number 3 is Deontay Wilder. Look, you can criticize his footwork all day. You can say his fundamentals are trash. And honestly, you'd be right. But his record, it speaks for itself. The Bronze Bomber's right hand is a weapon of mass destruction. Plain and simple. He boasts a 95% knockout to win ratio. You heard me right. 95%. That's the highest heavyweight championship history, and nearly half of those came in the first round. Wilder, he doesn't need to win the round. He doesn't need to even outbox you. He just needs 1 second, 1 mistake, and the fight is over. Wilder is the ultimate equalizer. Ernie Shaver. Ask anyone who's ever shared a ring with him, from Muhammad Ali to Larry Holmes, and they will tell you nobody ever hit them harder, ever. Ali famously said Shavers hit him so hard it shook his kinfolks back in Africa. Holmes said after getting hit by Shavers, it was like getting hit by a Mack truck. Shavers never won the undisputed world title, but his power is mythological. He racked up 68 career knockouts. Shavers didn't just knock guys out. Shavers altered the trajectory of their career. If we're talking pure, raw, unadulterated force, Ernie Shavers, scariest man to ever lace up gloves. And I know a lot of you are screaming at this screen right now, where the hell is Mike Tyson? Believe me, I get it. Iron Mike had terrifying power, insane speed, and the greatest intimidation factor in sports history. But based on our strict criteria, specifically knockout percentages against elite top tier opposition, Mike, he just gets edged out of the top 5. It may be a little controversial, but the data don't lie. And before we get to number 1, the honorable mention has to go to George Foreman. The man was a wrecking ball, but you have to understand there are 2 kinds of elite power. There's heavy-handed power that wears an opponent down like a sledgehammer, which was George Foreman. Then there's concussive power, the kind that short circuits the brain instantly. And our number one, he's the absolute definition of concussive power. The fighter that's at number one, he's in a class of his own. It wasn't just the power, which was supernatural. It was the precision. He didn't just knock guys out. He placed the perfect shot every single time. The number one fact check most devastating knockout artist of all time is the old mongoose, Archie Moore. Moore holds the all-time boxing record for the most career knockouts in boxing history, and 31 men left staring up at the lights. Shavers fought for nearly 30 years, knocking out fighters across 4 different decades. That volume of destruction will never be matched again. Archie Moore is the undisputed king of knockout. But I know the Tyson fans are gonna lose their mind over this list. Let's argue. Did I disrespect Iron Mike, or does the data just tell the truth? Defend your guy in the comments right now. Now hit that like button and hype button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you on the next one. Holla at your boy. Peace. I'm out.